Hello, everybody. Thank you for returning to our YouTube channel. I am Brian with Technology United for Ukraine. We are a nonprofit organization that provides innovative technologies for the Ukrainian military, civilian population. If you're engineers, scientists, technologists, and you would like to join us, the link is in the description. Please click on it and join our operation. All right, let's get right into this. As we've seen, there has been a significant increase in the losses of the Russian forces on the battlefield. There's some reasons for that we can kind of quantify. One of them is the North Koreans coming into the picture. They brought a lot of men, a lot of equipment into the Kursk region. But what the Russians have found is they are tremendously unprepared for the modern battlefield. Also, there's that language barrier, cultural barrier. So they're not working so well together. We've seen some friendly fire incidents that weren't so friendly in their evolution, how it happened. But they're now using the North Koreans more as meat waves. So they're sending them in 300 at a time. We've seen videos of this and they're just getting wiped out. They don't understand drone warfare. They don't understand, what it's like to be on a battlefield. I mean, these guys are green. They're just coming from North Korea to this, very advanced battlefield. Let's look at these numbers. Now, this is from Special Operation Forces. Now, they don't tally these over the weekend. I have another chart for that from the Ukrainian government. But this one is a great one because we can look at an easy timeline. So let me start here. What we're looking at, the 770,420 are personnel that have expired in the conflict in Ukraine, with 2,200 alone being added on Friday. Wounded is 2,311,260. These losses are absolutely mind-boggling. I mean, it's stunning. Armored combat vehicles, 19,823. Tanks, 9,584. And then artillery, 21,220, with 42 alone being lost on Friday. But this number was averaging somewhere around 40 every day, but over this past month, it has gone down significantly. There's been a lot of reasons for that. I did a video on it. Has to do with some areas now not being able to bring in enough artillery. The Russians can't bring in enough because what's going out is not enough to replace it, it seems. So there's a threshold that's being hit. When you hit that threshold, when you have more going out than coming in, now you're in real trouble. They're not quite there yet, obviously. But let's go backwards. So here's the 20th, which was Friday. If we look here, 1,530 was on Thursday, and then 1,580, 1,600, 1,070, 1,280, 1,040, 1,390, 1,390, 1,400, 1,350. I mean, just look at these numbers. 1,220. Now, let's look when we're going back, about a month, 1,660, 1,580. You see the trend here. It's just 1,780. I mean, 1,790, 1,730, 1,740, 2,030 we had, then 1,220. So you guys have got the picture. Now, let's look at what we had tallied for today. Now it's up to 1,820. 32 artillery pieces also lost. I kind of looked at that as a barometer because once you run out of enough artillery, you're in a lot of trouble. All right, now let's go into, let me get my Epic pen here so I can do some drawing. All right. So let's go into what's happening on the battlefield. Okay, so if we go here, this is a significant area of fighting down in the where Donetsk City is, which Donetsk City is right down here. Up here, you can see the amount of Ukrainian forces holding back a massive push by the Russians into this area here, into the Donetsk region. This is the city of Donetsk right here. And the Russians have taken unbelievable losses in this, both with lives and with equipment. It has been a tremendous investment, but they haven't taken a whole heck of a lot. I mean, the amount of area they've they've traversed. If we look here, we can look at a map, a ruler. So if we start where they started, let's say here, all the way out to the furthest point, it's 49.54 kilometers. If we can go from this way, we go from the side here. So if we go from this point here to somewhere over here, I mean, you're looking at, again, 49 kilometers, 50 kilometers. And the loss of life has just been extraordinary. And you've heard a lot of talk about Pokrovsk. If I can blow this up here. Let me see. Oh, let me blow this up. This is the city they're really after right here. This is their main goal. This is Pokrovsk, if I said that right. And, what they're going to do is they're obviously going to do it's the same thing over and over. They'll come from this way here. They're almost there with this. They're going to come out here, and then they'll push from the sides, and then they'll close it off like that. But it's always at a massive, massive loss. But let's also look at where they have, how much they've progressed, I should say, over the past couple weeks. So if we go like this, we'll blow this up a little bit more. All right. So let me go back in time. So I'm going to click back in time. Watch. Now you're going to see all these areas begin to disappear. So we're going back about a month. Although there is progress, it's very, very slow and at just an unbelievable loss of lives and equipment. Now, obviously, you cannot sustain this. Here it is going back out. This is simply not sustainable over the long term. The amount of equipment and men, just not going to be really able to replace it fast enough. Hence why they have the North Koreans. So if we go over this area where Chasiv Yar is, and go back in time, it's been a much slower progress in this area. If we say they haven't really, I'm going back, it's not really moving much. So yeah, Chasiv Yar has been a much slower mission for them. And then we can look here at what's going on with the Kursk area. Now we don't see much movement in this area at all. I don't know if we can. Yeah, we can see that right around here. Whoops, I'm going to go back into, I don't know what's going on with my pen here. Some reason it's in this area right here. We're going to see this. Let me erase that. Right here, this was an area that was lost recently. If we go forward, see how it disappeared. So the Ukrainians are pulling back to pre-made defensive positions, which again is causing a tremendous loss for the North Koreans and the Russians in this area. Now they're sending just wave after wave, particularly in this area here of North Koreans. All right, everyone, that is an update of what's going on. If you got something to say, leave a comment. Remember, like, share, and subscribe, and let's talk again soon. All right, take care, everyone.